Hey guys, it's Maddie, aka East Coast Health, and today I am coming to you from my home kitchen here in New York City, and I'm going to be talking about some of the components of Après, since I am one of their ambassadors here on Instagram. So we're going to be going through some of the key nutrients in Après, and as a nutritionist, I'll guide you through what you need to know and some of the myths. First, just to give you a little background on me, I am a nutritionist and soon to be RD based in New York City, and I work in my day-to-day in public relations. And as my little side hustle, I run the Instagram account East Coast Health. I got into food when I was in college and started cooking for myself and found that it was a really great outlet not only for creativity but also a great way to learn the ins and outs of the kitchen and learn more about nutrition as I got more interested in it. So today we're going to be breaking down, as I said, some of the myths about the nutrients that you might find in some of your everyday foods, and I'll talk a little bit more about each one as we go through them. So let's talk about protein. We all love that Après has 14 grams of protein in every bottle, and it's really important to know that you can get as much protein as you need just from a plant-based diet. Whether you're someone who currently eats a lot of meat or if you're just looking to incorporate a few more plant proteins into your day-to-day life, there are so many easy ways to do it. I love sources of protein from beans, tofu and soy products, nuts and seeds have protein, even grains like oats have protein, so you can get them in a bunch of different formats. You can also find fortified non-dairy options that have protein in them. You just want to be wary that you're incorporating protein sources from a variety of different types of whole foods. That way you're building a complete amino acid profile. Now, amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and your body needs a bunch of different kinds of amino acids to thrive and carry out organ function, immunity, muscle repair, all of those different things, and so much more. But what's important is that you're getting a variety of protein sources so that you're getting all of those different amino acids in your day-to-day diet. So let's talk about plant proteins versus animal proteins. Animal proteins are usually a little bit quicker to digest in the body, while plant proteins are slower. That can be a good thing. And animal proteins usually have a complete profile of amino acids, which means that they have all the amino acids that your body needs to thrive, while plant proteins individually usually don't. All that means is that you need a diverse group of plant proteins in your diet in order to get all of those different amino acids. So you can think of that as something like beans and rice, which together have all the amino acids that your body needs, or something like Après, where the work is done for you, you don't even have to think about it. When it comes to things like sustainability, plant-based proteins are pretty much the winner. We don't really have a ton of evidence to suggest that there are ways of currently producing animal proteins that would make them a more sustainable option than plant-based proteins, especially when it comes to the resources that are expended to process and produce these foods. Now, when it comes to health, we do also believe that plant-based proteins are the winner here. There are really strong correlations for chronic disease, things like heart disease, cancer, etc. So when you're eating a plant-based diet, those are some of the things you can keep in mind as well. Okay, so let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, which is how much protein you should be getting in a day. Unfortunately, I can't be the one to tell you that. There are so many different factors that contribute to how much protein you need as an individual. Things like how active you are, if you're an athlete, how much you move around throughout the day, and your body composition. There are other factors too. So a general rule of thumb is that anywhere from 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal would be sufficient for a female of average height. But again, it's going to be super dependent on you as an individual and what feels good to you. So if you were curious about the protein makeup of Après, they actually use a blend of hemp, pea protein, and chia protein so that you're getting a complete amino acid profile. So let's move on to our next topic, which is MCTs. MCTs are also known as medium chain triglycerides, and they're another component in Après. They're found in things like coconut oil, whole milk, butter, and if you don't have a plant-based diet, you may be getting enough already. That said, they can be beneficial for things like skin health, brain health, and potentially beneficial for assisting in weight loss and metabolism. Again, if you're already incorporating coconut oil into your day-to-day, you may not need more, but drinking an Après is a great way to get in some of those MCTs. Okay, our second to last topic is electrolytes. Now, electrolytes are compounds that ionize when they're dissolved in a solvent like water. Now, without getting too into the technical details, all you really have to know is that your body constantly has a balance of electrolytes, things like potassium, salt, magnesium, and it's really important that your body stays in that balance. Now, if you're someone who eats a pretty healthy diet overall, you again probably don't need to worry too much about it, but electrolytes can be helpful if you really love a rigorous workout a few times a week or if you're an athlete. Now, electrolytes are helpful for muscle and joint health, bone health, tissue repair, sleep, so it is really important that you're getting enough of them in your day-to-day diet. So let's talk about our final topic, which is sugar. Now, sugar is a super prevalent part of our daily lives, found in so many products that are packaged and processed on the shelves of your local grocery store. Now, sugar in almost any form behaves pretty similarly in the body. Your body can't really differentiate between one source of sugar versus another. That said, something like coconut sugar won't spike your GI system quite as much as something like processed sugar or cane syrup will. So you can make the decision for yourself and incorporate the types of sugar that you feel are best for your body. You can incorporate sources that are a little bit more natural, like maple syrup and honey, coconut sugar, as well as, of course, whole fruit. So if sugar is important to you, then you can take a look at the nutrition label on the food that you're eating and see if it says added sugar, and if it does, how much is being added. So you want that ideally to be as low as possible. You won't necessarily be able to hit zero every day. It's so hard given our modern diets and the convenience foods that we often pick up. But you can use a little simple calculation of every 4 grams of added sugar being equivalent to about 1 teaspoon of sugar in order to sort of moderate how much you're having during the day. Thanks so much for listening in, and as a reminder, you can follow me on Instagram for more nutrition tips and recipes at East Coast Health.